Hello and welcome to the CSC Intra Squad Triangular Cricket Tournament. A chance for a run out and could be a bit of an injury there, hopefully not. So warm greetings to everybody. This is the Calcutta Swimming Club Sports Carnival 2025. And this is a precursor basically to that one, an intra-squad cricket tournament between three teams, all from CSC of course. And we're starting off with the Rising Rebels and the Goats Gladiators. We've got the first runner out of the game. Goats Gladiators bowling first in the yellow, and the Rising Rebels, or rather the Hammers Cheers Club, I beg your pardon, in the pink. Hammers Cheers Club led by Anant Arora, the captain. Goats Gladiators by Abhadya Junjunwala. This is a 7-over game, and we are in the Calcutta Swimming Club main outdoor swimming pool, which has hosted quite a few CSC carnivals and intra-club tournaments. And Shivanshu picks up a wicket. 2-2 for the Gladiators, and a great start for them in this CSC intra-squad triangular tournament. This is a quick friendly one-day tournament, and from tomorrow we start off the CSC Sports Carnival cricket tournament. It's an inter-club tournament, of course. All the top social clubs of Calcutta coming together and enjoying themselves at CSC. The cricket starts tomorrow and a few other sports later on. Pickleball as well underway in this brand new pickleball court, which has been built here in CSC. So 10 after the first over, 2 wickets fallen. Decent start for Goats Gladiators. Shivanshu getting a wicket as well as a run out at the end of that first over. Rohin Bhartia dismissed via the run out, and Anant Arora bowled by Shivanshu. A bit of leg spin from the youngster. Pro team plays it away and gets off the mark. Kabir Chitlangia who is really young, but take a look at his action. Some great leg spin, decent control. Raghav Agarwal plays it away. And Kabir, who is 10 years old, one of the youngest in this intra-squad tournament. Pulled away by Pro Team. Quick single taken, Raghav just about gets there in time. Couple of balls left in Kabir's over. Edged. And that will be a single. They're finding it very tough to play him. And Kabir is one for the future, along with his brother Ansh. Two very talented youngsters in the CSC ranks. Raghav on strike. Sweeps that away nicely for just the 1 run. And that ends the second over. It's 17 for 2. And played away nicely again by Raghav, who knows exactly how to play this format. One of the mainstays of the CSC cricket team. Has his pro team, his partner, who is one of the few people responsible for this fantastic growth of cricket in CSC and sports in general. Raghu Dhamani, another good all-round sportsman, loves to play the racket sports. Comes in for over number 3. Chance for run out. This will be the end of pro team. It went straight to the fielder's hands. Shivanshu wasn't going to miss that. And another mishap for the Gladiators, rather for the Hammers Cheers Club. Gladiators pick up their 3rd wicket. All too easy for them right now. So Himanshu Binani is the next batter. Haven't seen any boundaries apart from that first shot from Anant. So fresh off the pickleball court, Vishesh Agarwal comes in. Just playing pickleball for RCGC. Now playing in this intra-squad tournament for the Hammers Cheers Club. Nice bowling from Raghu. It's been a really good over. And that ends the third. It's 26 for 3. In fact, it'll be 27 for 3. It was a 1+1. Every time the ball hits the wall, that's 1 run. And if it hits the net which is above the pool wall, that is 2 runs plus the runs that you run. With answer off, the new bowler for Goats Gladiators. And pulled away by Raghav, keeping it safe. You can't get caught off the net here, so that 2+1 is always an option. Can we get a few big hits? Doesn't look like Raghav wants to take any risks right now. Great bowling from Vedant. One of the other men behind the scenes who put in a lot of hard work here at CSC. Part of the sports committee. Vishesh wanted 2. They don't come back for the second. They easily could have. And Vishesh Agarwal goes for a big one. But it'll just be 1. Only straight 6s and 4s. If it goes outside the pool on the sides, then it will be just the 1 run. Quick single taken, 1+1, and that ends the 4th over. Well bowled by Vedant. 4 gone, 37 for 3. 3 overs to go. The Gladiators will want to keep it to a minimum of around 60-70. Sridhar will be bowling the 5th over for the Gladiators. That's quick, but that's wide. Don't want any extras in this format. And smashed away by Raghav. Chance for a catch. Abhishek Chitlangia almost taking that. He puts it down. He'll be disappointed. Flicked away nicely by Raghav. Just the 1 because it was behind the wicket, even though it hit the wall. Great format here. Something really interesting. Not every day you play cricket in a pool. And Raghav goes for another one. And that'll be 4. That's more like it from Raghav Agarwal. Just the one fielder in this 2 zone, which is near the boundary because of the power play. Only one fielder allowed in that zone. And that'll be wide. Very well kept by Vedant though. Flicked away. Abadya almost takes that catch. Raghav moves up to 22 now. Good start from him. Playing a sensible knock. And Vishesh goes for the swing. Decent end to the over there from Sridhar, who went for 11. 5 overs gone, 48 for 3. And that'll be 3. So that is the 2 zone after the red tape, after the elevated area. That's in the air. Vishesh smashes that all the way for 6. A full toss for Vishesh Agarwal, who has hit multiple 6s in his career in bigger grounds. So to clear a swimming pool isn't too tough for him. In the slot again, and this is straight to Shivanshu, who takes a good catch. Vishesh couldn't make it 2 and 2, and he has to go. So Himanshu Binani finally comes in, goes for a big one, but it's towards the side, so that'll be 1. And it's not 1D, but it's just a 1 run, so you have to complete that run and you go to the other side, go to the non-strikers end basically. So different rules here as compared to normal indoor or box cricket. Looking for 2 here. Raghav decides against it. Good fielding by Kabir. All about getting used to the format. Swing and a miss, and they will take byes. And overthrows as well. Sloppy from Vedant. Hits the stumps. And they will get the overthrows. So that's the end of the 6th over. It's 62 for 4. And they will look to swing at every ball in this final over. 63 in fact on the board. Abadya Jhunjhunwala, captain of the Gladiators, comes in for the last over. And that's in the air. Well fielded by Raghu, keeps it to just the 2+1. They're going to go for everything now. Raghav will want one ball in the slot. No ball called. So 2 plus the no ball. And in the air, that will be another 1 run. So he's going for the short ball here over there. The idea is to force the batters to play square of the wicket rather than down the ground, or square of the pool rather than down the ground, as we get accustomed to this format once again. Four balls to go. Short. Raghav goes for the full swing. It's closer to the pickleball court than the boundary. Short, and they will take a quick single and a wide given as well. Well bowled by Abadia in the block hole. Raghav just about digs it out, and on the overthrows, they won't get another run. Looks like we're going up to the third umpire. That was close. I think he's made it in time. So that'll be not out. Hit straight back to Vadya, who misses the catch but will get the run out. Himanshu has to go, but Raghav is on strike, so that missed catch did make a difference. So last ball, 73 on the board. Raghav. That should have been out of the ground, almost out, and then maybe run out. Raghav might have made his ground. We'll go upstairs, but that's the end of the innings. So either 73 or 74. Hammers Cheers Club will finish with probably 73 or 74 in this first game of the CSC Intra Squad Triangular. And we'll come back shortly with the second innings. So quick single taken as we resume the chase. Hammers Club started off and got 74. Now it's Shivanshu and Vedant starting off for the Goats Gladiators. Rising Rebels is the third team which will be playing after this. That'll be wide. In the air, this could be a catch. And it's taken, and Vedant will have to depart. First wicket falls. Not so easy. 70 that they've got on the board, 70 odd. Could be enough. Raghav Bagri gets the first wicket of this innings. Raghav Agarwal top scored with 32 in the last innings. Smashed away, chance for Raghav, puts it down and could get a run out. He will get a run out. That's a mix up between Shivanshu and Abhishek Chitlangia. So Raghav drops the catch but picks up the wicket of Abhishek via run out, and now the mantle will be on Shivanshu. Just taking you through the teams. Hammers Club have Anant as the captain, Ayush Goyal, Himanshu Binani, Prahlad Kedia, Pratim Dastidar, Raghav Agarwal, Raghav Bagri, Rohin Bhartiya, Roshan Bhavishi. That'll be a wide. No, it isn't. So good over. Just 7 of it with 2 wickets falling. They've also got Siddharth Poddar, Utkarsh Dilshan and Vishesh Agarwal. Goats Gladiators have Abhadya Junjunwala, the captain, Abhishek Chitlangia, Akshay Agarwal, Ankur Shroff, Kabir Chitlangia, Raghu Damani, Rahul Mehra, Rajesh Sanay, Rohan Abalani, Shivanshu Shaw, Sridhar Gaggar and Vedant Saraf. So Pratim comes in next and played away by Shivanshu. A slower one from Pratim but called wide. In the air, that could be all the way for 6 actually. It is no chance for the field. A huge 6 from Raghu Damani. First one for the Gladiators. Played away, that'll be 1+1 again. Sorry, just the one, I beg your pardon. Outside the playing area is just the one run and you've got a crossover. So you can't keep doing that and have the strike. That's the point of it. You have to use crossover. Shivanshu swats that away but won't get any runs. Played away into the wall for 1+1. They'll be looking to pull together a good partnership, these two. Shot, chance for a catch. Anant could have let the ball go onto the stumps. I don't think it would have. End of 2, it's 20 for 2. So Himanshu comes in, bowls a wide to start things off. Good piece of fielding. They stop it from hitting the wall. Every run counts, of course, in cricket. And that'll be another wide. Anand spills it. 2 runs more to the total. Just straying one more time. Can't afford so many extras. And that's yet another. And now Raghav Agarwal decides it's time to have a word with Himanshu, who has bowled 4 wides now. A hat trick of wides. And that'll be a dot. That's a better line and length from Himanshu. Just as I say that, another wide. In the air, Raghav is there, and that is 6. Great shot from Raghu. So it's turning out to be quite an expensive over for the Hammers Chess Club. 42 to win of 27 now. That's in the slot, but Raghu plays it away for a quick single. "12 of the over so far. In fact, 13 of the over so far. That's better from Himanshu to Shivanshu. Don't think it touched Shivanshu. Waiting for the umpire's call. It did, in fact. Leg by signaled by him. And that ends the third over. It's 35 for 2. So 4 overs, 39 runs to win for the Gladiators. This could go down to the wire. All depends on this partnership and of course Abadhia to come. So Rohin is the new bowler. Left hand bowler, chance for run out, throws it over. That'll be another. Extra runs given. Unnecessary overthrows. So this is the first of 3 league games. And then we have a final in this CSC Intra Squad Triangular. In the air, that is a phenomenal shot from Shivanshu. We've seen him hit quite a few of these in the Deuce outdoor cricket format. In the slot and away it goes. He's the key of this chase. 18 of 10 for Shivanshu. And he leaves that one alone. Another wide. This time from Rohan. Under edge. Just a bit too tentative there was Shivanshu. Trying to play it away for a single. Slots it away. Quick single. That should be gone. Raghu couldn't make it. He goes for 14. Suicidal run. And very good fielding by the youngster. So the running between the wickets needs to be a little better. And Abadya, the skipper, will come in next for the Gladiators. Here's Abadya. First ball, tentative. He knows he needs to keep his wicket. A bit of pressure from the opponents, all his close friends, of course. Everybody friends here in this CSC Intra squad triangular. A great way to start off the CSC carnival. Flicked away by Abadya. That will be a single. 4 overs, 45 for 3. We've got 3 to play and 29 to win for the Gladiators. And back the batting side in this sort of a format. But you never know. What a fantastic shot again from Shivanshu. Smashing it out of the pool and then just tickling it away for another 1 run. It's about getting that one big boundary, and he got that in the slot from Anand. Now 21 to win of 15. You would back the Gladiators to take this home easily with Shivanshu and Abadya in the center. Basically anything full here and you can crack it out of the pool. Oh, that's a good ball from Anand. Abadya comes for it. Prateep will take the catch. And Anand outfoxes Abadya, who went for the big hit even though it wasn't really required. He'll be disappointed with himself. And Anand makes amends for that 6 which he got smashed for. Shivanshu still there, batting on 25. Wickets will really help the cause for the Hammersteers club. Full toss played away. That'll just be 1 by the looks of it. And that's the end of the 5th over. It's 55 for 4. 19 to win if 12 balls. So this is another power play, which means only one fielder will be in the 2 zone, which is next to the boundary. In fact, only one fielder will be in the 1 or 2 zone. Pulled away. That's a good shot from the new batter, Sridhar. That's a good delivery from Raghav Agarwal. One of the best players of the CSC contingent. As we saw, batted really well. One of the best bowlers for sure. Smashed away by Shivanshu. That'll be 1. Ball is dead once it's hit over the top. Basically, you'd rather hit it to the 2 zone and then take a single. That'll give you 3. But a safer option is just to clear the sides. That's a wide from Raghav. He is annoyed with himself. Really fun format, this one. And that's a fantastic shot from Sridhar. Waiting for the umpire signal. 1 bounce 4, he says. That is the whole point of this power play. There was nobody on this long off region. Chance for a catch. It doesn't fall into the hands of Pro Team this time. Should be a comfortable end to this game now. 9 to win of 7. Shivanshu will not want to get out. And he could be run out here. Oh, the throw has gone to the wrong end. Almost another run out involving Shivanshu, who survives. 9 to win of the last over. So last over. Another comfortable 2 for the batters. Shivanshu tries to finish it off with a maximum, and he does. What an innings from him as he gets the Gladiators the victory. And they win by 4 wickets in this first matchup of the CSC Intra squad triangular. Utkarsh Tulsian was the bowler. 9 to defend was never going to be easy. Smashed away. And the Gladiators win the first game by 4 wickets. So we're all set for game number 2 in the CSC Intra Squad Triangular Cricket Tournament. The first game won by the Goats Gladiators. Hammersteers Club need to win this one to stay in it, and they take on the Rising Rebels, who are playing their first matchup of this triangular series. We're in the Calcutta Swimming Club swimming pool, of course, the home to the CSC Sports Carnival over the next week or so. And here we go. Hammersteers Club bowling first. Rising Rebels getting their first look in. Shrey Agarwal and Anshit Langia opening the batting. Shrey on strike now. Ansh got off the mark. Shrey smashes that away. Awkward bounce. Vishesh throws it. And that'll be a quick 3, because once it goes towards that final phase, it is 2 runs. Roshan Bhavishi, the opening bowler. Ansh gets a full toss, smashes that for 6. Spoke about Kabir earlier on. This is his older brother Ansh, who is a very good cricketer. The pride of CSC. Plays division cricket as well, second division. He's a really good prospect. Shrey went for another big one. Good start. 13 of the first over. First over is a mandatory power play as well, so just the one fielder in that final region. So you've got to go for those big hits, the boundaries at least. Ansh goes up for another one. This time it's a bit of a miss hit. 1 to end the first. It's 15 for none. Vishesh Agarwal comes in with the second over. Nice ball to start things off. Fresh off the pickleball court in the first game. Now in his cricket attire. Full toss in the air. This would take some catching for Raghav. And it hits the tree. He doesn't even go for the catch. We'll count that as the second drop of the day from Raghav. That was a tough one though. It hit the leaves of the tree. Shrey goes for a big swing and misses. Goes straight, misses the fielder, and that'll go for 4. A bit of awkward bounce. You couldn't really judge it near the boundary, and that'll be a boundary. Unfortunate for Vishesh, who bowled well. Two more to the total. And that'll be a wide. Ansh will go for the single, so extra runs. Another good shot by Ansh, but just the single that'll end the second over. It's 25 on the board. Time for the third over. Ansh on strike, pulls it away nicely. Raghav got a hand to it. They will go across for 1+1. Rohin, who bowled well in the last game. Shot, good chance. He's very tall, almost took the catch. Vishesh goes for the throw. Good cricket all round. Ansh goes for another big one. It'll just be 1 to the total. Edged but over Anand's head for just a single. Ansh comes down the wicket. Good keeping by Anand. Good ball as well from Rohin. Just trying to squeeze the youngster for any sort of room. That'll be another wide though. And that could be the end of Ansh. Good catch by Anand, easy one. And Ansh goes for 50 and Rohin gets his first wicket of this innings. Yashavardhan Kanodia comes in, one of the best players in CSC. Starts off with a shot straight to the fielder. And that's a dot to end it. 32 after the first 3. Time for the fourth over. Ball in the block hole. Good piece of fielding, just a single to bring Kanodia back on strike. Monty, as he's fondly known. And that is what Monty is all about. Gives it the full Monty. His first 6 of this triangular series, and I know him well enough to predict that it's probably not the last. Pressure on the bowler now. Hit away. And a quick single. 1+1. .43 on the board. Shrey looking for a big hit as well. Hits it nicely into the fielder's hands for 3. 2+1. So unlike other forms of box cricket, indoor cricket, you actually get your shots worth, in the sense the further you hit it towards the boundary, you actually get those runs. So there is a 2 zone. That's in the air. That's a fantastic shot from Yashovardhan Kanodia. And as I said, that wasn't his first and last 6. Wasn't too short. Played it away brilliantly. Goes for another one. And this one will not be a 6. It will be just the 1. Ending the 4th over for 53. So that was a really big over, courtesy of Yasho. 54 on the board now. 3 overs to go. Goes for that lofted shot this time. No chance. So of course these CSE players know this format inside out, and you can see Yasho has a different approach as compared to the other batters. He just tries to lift it over. That one goes into the pickleball court actually, but it will only be a single because it wasn't straight down the ground. Some great power hitting from Yasho. Seen him clear many boundaries over the years. Shrey goes for a big one, and that is a good catch from Anand. Another wicket falls for the Risers, or the Rising Rebels rather. So Sanchit Khemka is the new batter, joining Yashovardhan Kanodia. Raghav Bagri getting that wicket of Shrey. And this has been a tidy over so far from Sanchit, rather from Raghav. Just the 5 of it and the wicket. That's a great shot, but only 1 run. So the value for shots down the ground, of course, is much higher. That ends the 5th over at 61 for 2. So power play, just the one fielder on the boundary. Raghav Agarwal is the bowler, and he gets tonked for a massive 6. All the members in CSC have to be careful, because the cricket ball could hit you at any time. If you're sipping on a beer and Raghav is bowling, you've got to be careful. Flying into the tables here. Raghav eager to make a comeback, eager to get a wicket. Slightly slower this time, given us a wide. And Monty enjoys it. The best of friends, of course. Also the fiercest of competitors. Both of them, especially when they're against each other. That's a friendly banter, of course. In the air, chance for a catch, got to be careful. Can't risk an injury going for a catch near the pool wall. This is a good battle. Raghav bowling to Monty. Monty going for it. Raghav hasn't seen where the ball is. And he probably gets him run out. He does get him run out. I've never seen a dismissal like that before. Raghav turned around, he didn't know where the ball was, it bounced in front of him, Monty was nowhere near, and he gets run out. And they will surely play back that video and watch it. The live streaming of this CSC Sports Carnival on the Calcutta Swimming Club YouTube channel. And Vishesh still can't get over it. The moment of the day so far. But Raghav gets Yashovardhan run out rather than caught and bowled. Smashed away. And that'll be 3. Good comeback from Raghav after getting hit for a 6. From Sanchit earlier on. Samarjit, the new batter, smashes it. City Raghav, great catch, wants a run out as well, won't get it. He gets another wicket. And the Hammers Cheers Club are doing a good job to restrict what was going to be a really high total for the Rising Rebels. Still can be. Ariman Chaudhary walks to the centre. Edges it for a single. That'll end the 6th over, 74 for 4. This is the score that Hammers Cheers Club could only get to in the first game. So now they'll have to score more than that to chase down the total successfully. In the second game, Anant Arora, the captain, comes in to bowl the 7th and the final over. So here's Anant. Aryaman plays that away. One of the best bowlers of CSC can also hit a big six. This one is just one. Nicely bowled by Anant. Slower one this time. Anant will be looking to not go for a boundary. That's the most important thing. And that'll be a wide. Chance for run out, 2. Direct hit. It could have been gone. Could have been overthrows too. Keeper needs to hold on to those ones though. That's a good shot, but he'll only get 2 for it. Creeping up to the 90 mark. 81 for now. Smashed away. Good catch by Himanshu. And Aryaman has to go. So that's another big shot into the pickleball court. We've seen quite a few shots there. But just the 1 run for it. Just like pickleball, you get just the 1 point. No matter how good a shot you play. 84 on the board for Rising Rebels. A 6 gets them to around 90. That's in the air. That could be a 6 actually. But Vishesh takes a fantastic catch. What a beautiful catch on the boundary. And that could be really important at the end of the game. 85 to win for Hammershires Club. It went high in the sky. Wasn't an easy catch to take. Super catch from Vishesh and really good work by the cameraman, I must say. So that's the end of the innings for Rising Rebels. They get 86 at the end of it. So here we go. It's time for the chase. Rising Rebels will want to restrict the Hammers club. Vishesh smashes one to the pickleball court where he just came from. Just the one run though. In the air, this could be the end of Anant. Wonderful catch, and Anant Arora has to go. Has in trouble the scorers in the second game. Only got 4 in the first. And that's a big wicket. Shreya Agarwal picks up the captain. 87 is the target. They've got to get all of it without their skipper scoring. Rohin, the new batter, comes in, misses the first one. Shrey is bowling a gem of a first over here. Played away for 1+1. In fact, played away for just 1. It was behind the stumps, so no extra runs. Slashed away by Vishesh for 2+1. Super first over from Vishesh. Sorry, from Shrey comes to an end. It's 5 for 1 for the Hammers Cheers club. This is match 2 of the CSC Intra squad triangular. Rohin Bhartiya, also a good all-round sportsman. We want to get a few big hits. Goes for the cut. Really well bowled once again from Samarjeet. Good control of this leg spin. And another dot ball. This is a super start for the Rising Rebels. And it's the required run rate which is rising for the Hammers Cheers club. Ashish comes across for a single. Will be wide. +1. Another loopy delivery. Vishesh can't get all of it. Oh, and that is run out. Who's gone though? I think Vishesh is the one out. That is so unfortunate. It hits the wall and comes straight back. And I know that feeling happened to me in an indoor cricket game just last month. Not much you can do about that. So that is a big loss for Hammersters club. One of the most explosive batters. Vishesh has to go. So Raghav is the new man, top scorer in the last game for Hammersters club. Ansh will be bowling over number 3. So Raghav making sure he has his correct choice of bat. He's used to using Andre Russell's bat. So this one might feel slightly different. But it does, hardly connects. But still gets 2 runs. Rohin on strike. Nicely bowled by Ansh. That was not a bad delivery, but the batter basically dodged the ball, went down the leg and gave it a wide, did the umpire. That's a good ball from Ansh. Well fielded by Yasho. Did really well to get in front of that 2 zone and keep it to just 1+1. That's what I said about these boys knowing exactly how to play this format. The forward movement has to be good too while fielding on the boundary. Raghav goes for a swing and a miss. Not out given. Didn't touch the bat. And that is a great shot from Raghav. I did say that when he's got ball in hand, everybody at CSC's got to watch out. That was only a joke. When he's got bat in hand as well, you've got to watch out. The ball could come flying towards you. That'll give him and the team some confidence. Lifts another one. This could be an easy catch. It's taken and Ansh picks up the wicket of Raghav, who has to go, and it's all going wrong for the Hammersters club. They've lost another wicket and all their key batters have gone. Anand, Raghav and Vishesh. Himanshu comes in next. He has got to do the job for them. That'll be a dot, great over for Munch. And that ends it, 26 for 3 after 3. So just deciding who's going to bowl the next over. So the decision was Aryaman Chaudhary, the best bowler in the ranks for the Rising Rebels. And this is probably the decision so that they can put a halt to any sort of proceedings that the Hammers Club want to get started with. Nicely played away by Himanshu. They don't mind conceding the 3 on that occasion. Great piece of fielding there by Ashok Kanodia. Just keeping it to 1 run. Lightning at long on, usually behind the stumps. Chance for a catch. Good dive by Ansh. That will be 3 though, in spite of the efforts from all the players. Slow ball, smashed away, but only 1. Rohin not getting his first boundary just yet. 52 to win of 19. This one's got to go out of the park. And it's going to be short from Aryaman probably. No, it's in the block hole. Actually, it was in the slot. He's lucky he didn't go all the way, but just the 1 run. Good over from Arya. Just the 10 off it. 36 for 3 after 4. 48 of 17. Boundaries required. Full toss. Just the one. And that is another attempt, but it should be easy fielding. And another dot ball. This is super bowling. Rohan hitting some great shots, but not being able to hit it straight down the ground. Full toss, chance for a catch. It's in between all three fielders. And this looks like it's going to be an easy victory for the Rising Rebels, which will mean the Hammersters club will be done. So 2 overs 42 to win. Yasho Kanodia bowls the 6th. Starts off with a wide. And that's another wide. Poor start will do the over from him. And another. Is this a bit of the change of momentum that they need? That's a good delivery. Outfoxes the batter. Another glorious stroke for 1 run for Rohan. $50 up for Hammersters club. If a few of those big hits were straight down the ground, it would have been different. Short, and that will be another 2 plus 1, 3. And another one towards the mid-wicket region, which will only get him 1. So 33 to win of 8. These are in the slot. They could have been put away for 6. That's an edge past the keeper's hands for a single. Good ball by Asho. Last delivery. Can Rohin get one big hit? I think he has. Yes, he has. Finally, he gets a big six. This one was straight enough. And that'll take it to 26 to win off 6. That is it too late for the Hammers Chess Club. Looks like both the batters are retiring. Maybe it's too late for the final over. 2 new batters are coming in. Time for the final over. 26 to win. Chance for run out. No, that's been missed. Chance for over throws. They're not going to go for it. Another swing and a miss. Good delivery. Nice and chip. Was bowling the 7th over. Another ball in the block hole. That's a good delivery. Full toss this time. Fielding by Yasho. Chance for run out. Should have just gone for the safe throw. So 2 balls to get 22 runs. Just a couple of hits away from actually winning this game, the Hammers Chess Club. But the Rising Rebels will win the second game of this triangular series. And they will do so quite comfortably by 20 runs. In the final of the CSC Intra Squad Triangular, Ansh goes for a big swing to start things off. Bat almost slips out of his hand. He's facing his dad, so it's father bowling to son. Edged, chance for a catch maybe. And I did play a game against Abhishek Chitlangia where first ball of the innings he got me out, first ball of the innings I got him out. So he almost repeated the same thing with his son Ansh. Yes, Kabir. To Shrey. Oh, take a look at that. Beautifully bowled by the youngster. Great control. It's applauded from his teammates. Would love to bowl to his brother on the other end. Shrey pulls this one away. Chance for a catch. Great catch by Raghu. And Kabir gets a wicket. Yashwardhan Kanodia, star batter of the Rebels, comes in. Doesn't take a chance against the loopy leg spin of Kabir. And Ansh goes for a big one against his brother. Raghu's there. Both the fielders sprawl and get a 6 eventually. They can't get right on the end of it, so the elder brother rather, wins the first battle. Kabir loops it up again. Anj goes for another. That is a better shot. Beautifully played. Still love this loop that he's giving the ball at this young age. Now his dad gives him a bit of pointers. And then Ansh just playing that one away. Great adjustment from Kabir. Bowling it slightly shorter this time. 2 overs gone, 24 for 1. Nicely bowled by Shivanshu, who comes in for the third over. Ansh plays that away for just a single. Good start to the over from Shivanshu. Got man of the match in the first game. That'll be a wide. And that is a humongous 6 from Yashovardhan Kanodia. Oh, all the way towards the fountain. Past everybody sitting and having their dinner. No boundaries, too big for him, let me tell you that. No cricket ground and no swimming pool, that's for sure. Wide ball by Shivanshu. They'll get a single as well. Chance for a catch, taken, and Ansh has to go. So a good innings from the youngster comes to an end. And the second wicket falls at 37 as Shivanshu picks up his first wicket in this particular matchup, this final of the CSC Intra-Squad Triangular Cricket Tournament. A precursor to the CSC Sports Carnival Cricket, which starts tomorrow. Swing and a miss. Last ball now. Good comeback from Shivanshu after getting hit for that big 6. And a very good end to the over as well. It's 37 after 3. Yasho goes for another big hit. This time doesn't connect, only goes sideways. Gets the wicket of Sanchit, who has to go for a duck. at 5:30 p.m. we start off with BI taking on Tollygunge Club. Then there's Royal Calcutta Turf Club taking on Bengal Club. Then Calcutta Swimming Club, the hosts, take on Dalhousie Institute. Then Saturday Club take on RCTC. CSC finish off with Tollygunge Club. So lots of Group A fixtures tomorrow. Good fielding there, but they are one of the safest pairs of hands I've seen in the cricket circuit. That's a great shot, but straight into the hands of ABC, who has a really good pair of hands as well. And that's another wicket for Sridhar. Aryaman comes in, gets a single, gets 1+1 actually. Oh, that would have been a fantastic catch had Sridhar taken it. That's the big wicket they want. That's the big chance that they've let go of. Monty survives, 42 for 4 after 4. Sabadhya brings himself on to bowl because it's the batting power play. Just the one fielder at the back. Aryaman will want to make use of that. Well fielded by Shivanshu. You've got to be careful just coming back from a knee injury. Has to be more careful of injury because big days coming up, getting married soon. Congratulations to him. Aryaman, who is a big pickleball fan, hits that into the big pickleball roof, but just the one run. That's a bouncer from Abadya, not allowing Monty to get under the ball because you know where the ball goes if he does. Pulled away, chance for run out. They do well to say no. All fours on the scoreboard. Well stopped by Abadya. And what a great over from Amba. That'll be a wide though. Well stopped by the keeper. In the block hole again. This is a super over from Abadya. Oh, and that was great from Shivanshu. Would have been a run out. So just the 5 from Abadia. What an over from the captain. 47 on the board with 2 overs to go. I think this is the over where Monty is going to try and cash in. Raghu is bowling. In the air. And that is 6. So watch out if you are having dinner in CSC. Monty's at the crease. He has scored 100 in this format. There is no retirement. And it's made for someone like him. Oy, that was a full toss. He missed it. He slipped slightly. But good comeback. More of a lower full toss, which is turned into a Yorker there. Good comeback from Raghu. Smash down the ground. That will be 3. So you get value for those shots as well. It's not gone for 4, but it's gone to the 2 zone, which is so important. So easy to score runs actually. Into the hands of Raghu. Aryaman doesn't really connect. And that is the 4th wicket falling for the Rising Rebels. In the air again. That'll be 3 more to the total. Quick single, chance for run out, direct hit, and he was gone. Risky run, but you've got to try and take those. Manav Saraf is the new batter. And it's 61 at the end of 6. Monty's got to hit a few sixes. Monty goes for another one, chance for a catch. Great attempt by ABC. Got to be careful diving. Wonderful attempt. Really scary when you see someone diving in the pool without water, of course. Beautifully bowled. In the block hole there from Rohan Avalani. Wants to restrict Monty from hitting sixes. That's his job. That'll be a wide. We do have an Intra tournament in CSC. This is just the Intra squad triangular. And there is a tournament where all the members play. And that's another wide. Smashed away. And that'll be 6. As long as he's at the crease, boundaries keep flowing. Kanodia moves up to 34 now. Wouldn't put it past him to get a 50. And that's another. ABC misses it. Up to 42. I've played with him enough to know. that he can hit boundaries almost every ball. He was on 34 actually, now 40. And that's another one, that's 46. Absolutely superb. The best in the business when it comes to pool cricket. And when it comes to any sort of cricket actually. So last ball. And he smashes that away for just the one. That was the ball to get the 50. 47 for Yasho, but he gets 84 for the Rising Rebels. And that could be enough to win them this final with the bowling they've got. But the Gladiators have got a good batting lineup. This should be an interesting final. And another class shot from Obadia to take it to 15 in the first over for the Gladiators. Starting off with their best two batters. Putting the pressure on the Rising Rebels. smashed away straight into the hands of Yasho. Last 2 overs, 32 in. Samarjit went for 7 only in the batting power play, which is great. Abadia goes for a huge one, and that will really help the cause for the Goals Gladiators. 61 on the board now. That will take the pressure off. 24 of 11. Played with Abadia for years now and doesn't let the pressure get to him that much. It's one straight down the ground, well fielded by Monty. It will still be 3 though. 21 to win off 10 now. The batting sides. Game to win. Sanchit is the bowler. He's gone for 9 of 2 already. Yeah, Monty misses that. It goes straight through his hands for a 4. That could have been a decisive moment had a new batter come in and Abhishek got dismissed. That was a tough catch for Yasho as well. 17 to win now. Full toss. That will be another 3. Not the best of deliveries. 14 to get Abba on 29. That's it, goal really nicely. That's a wide. And that could be an edge. It is an edge. Abadia has to go. Sanchit gets his man. And this game isn't over yet. What an important wicket at a decisive time. 13 to win of 7 now. Just when they need to get a few on the wall, get the 1s and 2s maybe. Abadia wanted to finish it off with a big hit. Or at least one of the big hits. Raghu comes in. There's a bit of pressure. Very good Yorker. What an end to the over from Sanchit. Gave away 17 but got the prize wicket of Abadia and has kept his game alive heading into the final over. Ansh will bowl it. His father will be facing the first ball of the last over. 13 to win for the Goals Gladiators. That comes down the wicket, hits it towards the boundary, but they'll get 3. They've bowled to each other many times. Below the house, at home, on the terrace, in the swimming pool. 10 to win. Raghu goes for a big hit. That doesn't really help that much. It looks good, but it's just 1 run. 9 to win or 4. One boundary can change things here. father versus son. Abhishek on strike, 9 to win of 4. It's short, it's in the air, and he gets a 3. Luckily it didn't go over actually from Abhishek's point of view. This one going down to the wire, 6 to win of 3. Could finish in one ball though. Raghu smashes it, Yasho is not going to miss. And it's 6 to win of 2 now. That had to go. In fact, I've just been told that it's 2 runs plus the catch that is taken. So it is 2 runs added to the total. So you can score a couple of runs and still get out. So there's still a lot in it. 4 to win of 2. New batter comes in. Pulls it away, that's 3. And that is really important for the Gladiators because now they can't lose. So 1 to win for the Goats Gladiators. Son bowling to father. Yasho goes and becomes wicket-keeper. There's no point being in the 2 zone because you'll still get the run. But either way, last ball, 1 to win. And they do take the single. In fact, if it was a direct hit, it was gone. And the Goats Gladiators pick up the victory and they are your champions of the CSC Intra Squad Triangular Cricket Tournament. Rising Rebels could have maybe pulled off the tie, but the Goats Gladiators win this one and take home the trophy in the CSC Intra Squad Triangular and prepare us for the CSC Inter Club Carnival, which begins tomorrow. Well, the cricket begins tomorrow with a few other sports, so we'll catch you for that.